The village of Al Madam is gradually being reclaimed by the desert. Outlines of former homes are still visible, but the all-consuming sand rolls in like waves, pouring through the windows, filling the courtyards and sweeping away the furniture. Around an hour's drive from Dubai, you'll find this small abandoned village. In the absence of definitive information on the cause of the village's abandonment, rumors of supernatural influence have circulated widely. Residents of nearby villages share stories about an evil jinn or genie haunting Al Madam, specifically Duwais, a female spirit with cat's eyes and machetes for hands. In 2018, the Sarja Art Foundation conducted a public consultation to trace the history of the village. They interviewed people from the local area, including a man who claimed to have been married in Al Madam, which suggests the village was built in the mid-1970s. Some attribute the villagers' departure to ferocious sandstorms that rendered the village uninhabitable. An alternative explanation comes from Yasser El-Shatawi, a professor of architecture at Columbia University. The professor has extensively studied the introduction of shabby housing in the UAE from the late 1960s, the government's nationwide program to provide modern public housing for its nomadic Bedouin population as part of the wider modernization drive following the discovery of oil reserves. Al Madam is the typical example of shabby housing, the professor says, based on a compound model with enclosures around open courtyards and standardized rooms. Some of the new settlements were assembled so rapidly that infrastructure was not always in place, says the professor, which may have led to Bedouins abandoning them. The interviews indicate that Al Madam lacked electricity. The mystery of the abandoned village may never be conclusively resolved, but we are going to go explore it now. So we are here, and this is the ghost village. In Arab culture, they call them jinn, J-I-N or J-I-N-N, and you can see how the sand is reclaiming. Any structure that catches the wind stops the sand when it's blowing, drifting, and you can see everything here is sand as far as you can see, and it's piled up. So we'll take a walk through most of this. This area, I was told, might have been like a school area. We're not sure. We think it was abandoned maybe back in the 50s. This one's basically just trash. Nothing really of any significance there. This one, they have a lot of nice colors. I like the cool colors. Kind of reminds me of being in Seychelles or somewhere. Would have made it a little bit nicer because everything in this area is brown, so they're trying to make it a little nicer. But you can see the sand is just piling up. And you'll see in some of the other rooms, there's a lot more sand. It's, I suspect, potentially, eventually, we'll reclaim completely. Oh yeah, it's almost here up to the window. You can see. And they had an electrical box, so I don't know. We were told that they never got any services, so maybe electricity never made it out here, that they were wired, but they never had water or electricity or anything. And without any services, eventually the people just gave up on the place. So we can enter here, and you can see back in here, this back room is really catching the sand. You can see it's full, getting almost up to the ceiling. So I think if people were gone from the earth, the sand, the plants, everything would eventually just reclaim everything. And you can see back here, sand is piled up all the way to the roof. The mosque is still here. We'll visit that here in a little bit. This one, you can see somebody was here in February. Some painting or murals on the wall, a wallpaper, actually not painting, but some murals left a little bit. People trying to scratch it off, it looks like. But a lot of sand. And here, another room. You can see almost filled up. Some tracks. Small footprint there. Wonder what that was. Maybe a little mouse or something. Some bird tracks. Some nice tile still in this one. It's pretty. Held up very well. But you can see sand piled up almost to the ceiling again. But it'd be pretty nice if you could somehow take the tile down and the moldings down and use them somewhere. They're still pretty. A little bit of graffiti. That's left over from a date tree being reclaimed as well. So this courtyard here into these buildings had this little entryway. Let's see what's up here. You can oh yeah. The roof. They make all the roofs flat because it never rains. Unfortunately, 1 or 2 days that it does rain, many of the roofs leak. So in all of my hiking and exploring, I've never seen much wildlife. A couple of foxes, some little gazelle-like creatures that run around. Never seen a snake. A few lizards. There's not much out here, but here, well, there are a lot of birds. But here you see hopping along. Now these could be somebody that's better than me. It could be the camel spider running along. Sometimes when you camp, you see these little tracks, and I think they might be from a camel spider, possible. But the camel spiders primarily stay near camels. I did not bring my boots that are sandproof, so I am walking in sandals. Thankfully, the sand is very cool. This is basically dust. In the winter, Dubai is a wonderful place to be. In the summer, it's very hot, and the sun will destroy almost everything. Plastics outside will deteriorate pretty fast. We had canvas covers made for our furniture, our patio furniture, to protect it from the sun. That, after, it lasted almost, it lasted 2 summers. And then it was falling apart, big rips and tears in it. You can see here, full. I am fascinated by the little pieces of wood that you find here. Seems like the sand has shaped it sometimes, and it's almost like it was in the ocean or on the beach or something. Sand is very good at grinding everything down, I think. We'll see if that little piece can make it back to the US in my suitcase without getting damaged. Another one. Same as the others. You can see not much there. Yeah, very full. Full of sand. Nice. Very nice. Gaff trees. I've enjoyed photographing the trees over the years I'm here. Not as much as I would have liked, maybe, but they fascinate me out in the desert. This one we can actually get inside. And we'll keep going in the back way. Okay. UAE flag painted on the side. There's some trails. Some more of those small paw prints. You can see went up, especially there you can see the little tiny paws. 3. Must be like a little kangaroo rat or something, perhaps. These are pretty well protected. You can see nice thorns. Like I said, today the sand is nice and cool, but in the summer it would be, you'd definitely have to have boots on. I made that mistake once, my very first summer here. I went to the beach area and I took my sandals off. There's the mosque. We'll head over there in a second. We'll check this out first. This one we can actually get into, not as bad as the others. Somebody's old bed. Before the end. Elysium. They talking about Elysium Bitcoin or some other odd thing from the future or whatever. I don't know. Well, these are all about the same. So far, no ghosts. Very peaceful. Also, never seen a scorpion here. Something running all over. Probably at night, everything comes out. So, let's check out this mosque. All right. Guaranteed, back then, in this little small village, would have been very traditional. I'm sure that they would have been praying here 5 times a day. It would have probably been well used. But now, this sits here. Nothing left in it. Let's see. A little tower, minaret. And washing area, or washing the feet. Looks like somebody was painting out here recently. So somebody's trying to fix it up or maintain it a little bit. Not sure why. You can see this side protected more from the predominant wind. Not as much sand everywhere, reclaiming. A lot of times these were bigger and they could climb up to the top of it. And I would suspect back before electronics and everything, they would climb up and do their call to prayer from up there. Now it just comes out over a speaker. It goes out over a larger area. Somebody forgot their shoes. You can hear the doves all the time here, and a lot of doves. You can hear them cooing, singing, however you want to describe it. I still have one more trip planned up to Ras Al Khaimah to the large abandoned pearl diving village. I've been up there a few times filming and taking photographs. I want to go one more time. Do kind of a walkthrough like this. Oh, goodness. (2021). People are coming. Oh my. Lots of graffiti here. 1999. Optimistic 2030. A lot of Arabic writing. A lot of small birds. I can hear them in the tree. I don't know where they would get their water here. Nothing here. But perhaps somewhere near. There's some water. So let's see what's in this one. Merry Crisis and a Happy New Fear. Shall I stay or shall I go? Uruguay, that's unusual. It would take a lot of work to reclaim this now. I think you would need a lot of workers or perhaps some front-end loaders to try to remove all the sand from around the buildings. You're just a brick in the wall. Not very original. Incidentally, I'm filming this entirely, pretty much, well, actually not pretty much, entirely with the DJI OSMO Pocket 2. I am really, really enjoying this little camera. It does so much, so easy, and so stable. It comes with, or at least the set, the way I purchased it, it came with a remote mic, which I'm using. Has a little tiny windscreen on it, and super helpful. And I find the video quality very good. I'm shooting this at 4K 24. It will shoot 4K 60. Like I said, super stable. And I've been using it a lot for us in traveling. I don't intend to do a lot of gimmicky shots and stuff. Mostly what I want to do is just document the places that we go. So this works really well. The Insta360 1X2, another really nice tool to use. And I have an iPhone 11 Pro. And then if I get really crazy, I've got Nikon Z6, Nikon D800, a 700, and an old D90 and a D80 that was converted to infrared, along with a number of lenses. And but I don't use it that much anymore. I used to use it all the time. And I find now that portable and easy to use and already stabilized is the key. You know, it's really what we need to tell what the story that we want to tell, or just to take people to the places that we happen to be. And for traveling, you know, weight is a big concern. And Emirates is 7 kilograms in your baggage that you carry on. If I put my Nikon Z6, my 14 to 28 f2.8, throw in a 2470 f2.8 and an 80 to 200 f2.8, I'm already overweight. So this stuff weighs nothing, and I can use it anywhere. Also, it's unobtrusive and doesn't intimidate everybody as much. So I like that as well, so that you can kind of blend in, and you're more likely to capture things the way they really are. So I'll use each tool as needed, but I think for the most part, these are really doing really well for us. So I love DJI, and I love the Insta360 products, and I will be buying more of them. I will be using them on a regular basis. And this is not sponsored in any way. I don't have enough followers, or nobody cares about me yet. So definitely not sponsored. And just talking about things I like. I'll have some links in the description. I do get a, I do make a tiny bit of money if you follow the link and buy one of the Insta360 products. I don't have a affiliate link for the DJI, but I will provide a link to it anyway, just so you'd see exactly what I'm using. And I hope you've enjoyed this. I think that's pretty much it. The rest of them are almost exactly the same. There's really nothing else different in all of them. No ghosts found, and that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this little walkthrough and tour of the ghost town. I'll have another video later to follow up with it, with some footage I shot primarily with my iPhone. And we'll see you in the next video. Take care.